So back in this morning, and we're actually supposed to be closed for the 3-day holiday weekend, but I'm the type of person that does not stop if I have the energy. And I woke up feeling good and got to lay in bed for a little bit longer. So just going over this car before it goes on the dyno, doing a once over. If you're not familiar with these air filters, and I guess I didn't loosen it enough, you see the center plastic cap. Well, most of the times these also have a center plastic cap in the middle of the filter, and that comes apart. It looks like metal, pretty sure it's plastic. We'll see if this has it underneath. Yeah, you can see that right there. That's actually very common with these cheap filters, and they come apart. If you go on Google, and you can see they'll just thrash the turbo. So we're gonna keep this off. Gonna put it inside his car. Gonna tell him to keep it off. It'll be up to him ultimately if he wants to take the chance. Get a new filter pretty much will be his best bet. Gonna go over everything else. Do a once over. Did a little bit of dusting on it because it was dusty, and dust will actually burn, and besides the smell that it will leave off, we don't want anything burning and camouflaging any weird smell. So I'm gonna go up with it here in the air, nice and quiet today, and ultimately I'm gonna tune this thing. We're gonna see where it sits, and I'm gonna go back and forth. If I have any valuable information that might help you guys, I will include it in this, and then I'm gonna do a little sit down, and we're gonna discuss flex fuel. So as I'm removing his O2 sensor and I put mine in for the dyno, what you can see right down below there with the gold tape on it is one of those smaller fuel filters. Highly, highly, highly do not recommend running those. They get clogged very easily. Your car will still start, it will still run, but you will not notice a fueling problem. That can be very tricky to diagnose. So the rule of thumb is you want to run the big guys, the big fuel filters that are about bigger than your hand. We sell the Fuel Labs. That's a company that we have in stock and run. And if I can go find one, I'll show you guys. Give me 1 second. Well, I can't find it right now, so someone might have took it and used it on a car next door. But yeah, the bigger fuel filters, they're not the tiny little guys. They're the big guys. So don't run the small ones. That's my tip here. I'm gonna hook up my O2 sensor. I'm gonna get inside the tune, make sure everything looks good. There's the good old air compressor to break the silence here, and I'll be back. So I'm gonna make a quick trip here. Customer's not responding. It's the weekend. I'm not sure how old this gas is in the tank, and I don't want to take any risks, so gonna go get some E85, and I'm gonna drain the fuel out of this tank, just because I don't know how long. When the car came in, it was a no start condition car, so I don't know how long the gas has been in there, and like I said, I don't want to take any risks or any gambles. It's not worth it. So I'm gonna go off to the gas station really quick, come back, drain it out, put some fresh gas in there, and then start tuning this thing. Here's my little gripe for the day. You can see over here, they tore up all the roads on our main street. That main street out there is called Harlem. They tore them up. They left the stores exposed. And it's been like that for like a month and a half now, man. Like, what's going on? I don't know. It seems like they're always doing road construction over here. No clue. See the bump. I was saying you could see the bump, and you could see the sores are sticking up, and I don't know. I'll have to get gas. Fill this up really quick, and we will be back to tuning. $4.92 a gallon. So if you can't tell, that is the gas tank drain plug that is severely crusty. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this with one hand, but Get that on there. Come on now. Nope, I'm gonna have to put the phone down. I'll be right back. So I had to really finagle it on there and hammer it a little bit, but and you can see it's just staying there now. So I'm gonna get the impact and I'm gonna blast it off, but I'm gonna put the phone down so I don't get fuel everywhere. On my phone mostly. I'll get a little on my arm, I'm sure. But yeah. And like I said, I got fuel on my arm and my hand, of course. Not too much on the ground though. So we'll let this drain out, put the new fuel in, of course put the plug back up, and we will start the tuning process. So this tune is a wrap. Customer did get back to me. He said he was unaware of how old the gas was in the tank. I already replaced it to be on the safe side. I did ask him yesterday night, you know, how old the gas was, and I think he just missed a question. So, you know, I'd rather be safer than sorry. And in this aspect too, him replying and him not knowing. And then the other thing too is the tune I did build for this vehicle. When I did put in the fresh gas, I did have to change it. The air fuel's a little bit needed some changing. So it was a good thing that I replaced it nonetheless. Now what you're seeing in front of me, in front of you guys, is the notes I take during a tune. During a tune, I try to get all the notes that I encounter or anything, you know, with the car, so the customer can, you know, look back and either make some changes and we can let him know. For instance, the first one is a sticky starter. It takes about 5 to 7 tries at times to get the starter to click over. Usually, you know, that's going to lead into the starter not wanting to work at all. Not necessarily a starter issue, could be an electrical issue too. We're going to let them know on that, of course. We're going to let them know on everything, of course, before the car leaves here. But, you know, he might want us to look into the starter situation while it's here. The smoking, you saw in the video. We're going to give him some pointers or tips of what it could be, I mean, basically it's the turbo or the engine, and how to isolate that. The hiccups when cruising, that one's, you know, partial throttle into the car when you're, you know, just cruising out of nowhere. The car just wants to kind of buck a little bit. Almost seems like the ECU loses power for a split second. You know, once again, it could be an electrical issue. What you have to take in consideration is, you know, these cars, you know, time goes by, cars are getting older, electrical harnesses, wiring harnesses, engine harnesses, they're all getting older. So even with the K-swap Civics, you know, if you're running a harness from, let's say, a 2004 RSX, 2005 RSX, you know, you're still 15 years old, a little bit over 15 years old. So could be something like that. Alternator not charging, I'm going to under load. So as you get on it, I'm going to show you guys that in a second. Temps were getting hot. Just at idle, saw about 208, and it would have continued to climb. So we're going to let him know, of course, on that. And then when you turn the key off, it takes a split second for the car to actually want to shut off, which most likely another electrical problem. So the alternator not charging. I wanted to show you guys, you know, I'm a visual person myself, and what you're seeing in front of me, the yellow line going upward is the RPM. The orange line is going to be the battery voltage. And if we start right here, this is right when the pull started, wide open throttle, we're at about, well, get this camera to focus here. We're at 3390 RPMs and 13.02 volts. And as we move the cursor and we start going and the RPMs increase, watch what's happening to the voltage. Voltage is going down. And this could just be something like a loose belt, you know, the tensioner going out. So we're going to make notes, alert him of all that stuff, see if he wants to look into it or if he wants to fix it himself. That's perfectly fine. And this one's a wrap. So I'll be back here with a little more portion of this video. And yeah, that's it, guys and girls. So I did want to get some more video this week. I did shoot some content, but I don't know if you can tell in my voice or at least see it in my eyes. I am sick again. I was around some people that got sick first. I tried to stay away from them, and unfortunately, I believe I got what they got. So I've been pretty much isolating myself as much as I possibly can. I have been working a little bit so I don't fall too behind. I've been isolating myself at work. I've also been making sure that anything I touch, that I fully disinfect. It is what it is. So I just wanted to end this video a little bit so it just wasn't, hey, where's the other conversation about flex fuel and stuff. I am going to be back. I will be discussing a lot more stuff, like I said, and I do plan on to continue that. If you guys have any thoughts or ideas, stuff that you guys want me to talk about, let's hear them. Comment down below, because that's probably the easiest way for you guys to comment. And like I said, I was going to talk about flex fuel this week, and that's going to get pushed back to when I actually can talk a little bit. My voice ain't super raspy, and my throat doesn't hurt like it does. And I'll be back. You know, it is what it is. I just figured I'd just do like a little wrap up on this. Appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you. Take care.